Welcome to Bathurst on Wiradjuri country in regional New South Wales. Once the first settlement in regional Australia, now a thriving and expanding regional hub of over 45,000 citizens. Bathurst is just 3 hours drive from both Sydney and Canberra, located west of the Blue Mountains. Perhaps best known for world-class motorsports and the iconic Mount Panorama, Bathurst has so much more to offer. The Bathurst region is regarded for its rich cultural heritage, its exemplary historical architecture, its beautiful natural landscapes and delightful public parks, its fantastic towns and villages, and so much more. The Bathurst region has over 15 primary schools and 7 high schools. The town is home to Charles Sturt University's main campus, a large TAFE campus, and in this town, the medical students from Western Sydney University get to do their 1-year clinical placement at Bathurst Hospital. The University of Notre Dame is also situated in Lithgow, another iconic town on your way from Sydney. In Bathurst, there are fantastic restaurants, excellent pubs, a brewery, and great cafes. Retail and boutique industries are thriving, and there is a constant need for tradesmen as Bathurst is ever expanding. Healthcare and social assistance are the biggest employers of Bathurst's large workforce, thanks largely to its modern hospital and additional services. Many healthcare workers move to Bathurst annually, and twice a year, the local council organises a public welcome for new arrivals. The Bathurst Health Service offers clinical placement opportunities for students from 3 universities, including Charles Sturt University, University of Sydney, and Western Sydney University. The proximity to metropolitan areas, relaxed lifestyle, career prospects, family-friendly atmosphere, low cost of living, and better work-life balance make Bathurst very appealing for those looking for a change. We've been speaking to staff at Bathurst Base Hospital who are going to share with you what life is like in Bathurst for healthcare professionals.
Hello, I'm Natalia, a physiotherapist working in the emergency department, the ICU and the osteoarthritis chronic care program at Bathurst Hospital. So we moved to Bathurst looking for an escape from Sydney, from the hustle and bustle, something a bit more country, rural, slower pace, easier life, more affordable housing. We were able to afford to move into the house of our dreams that we never could have in Sydney. The big backyard, 4 bedrooms, a place for our daughter to grow up, run around. It was quite difficult to know, moving to Bathurst, what it would be like. But we were really amazed to see the Bathurst Hospital having some great facilities, active emergency department where I slotted in straight away. Yeah, it's been an absolute dream moving to Bathurst from Sydney, being able to drive 5 minutes to work or ride my bike, being able to park right at the front of the hospital with no charge. We've made friends so quickly. Everybody in Bathurst has been incredibly friendly. My partner and I were both blown away by how welcoming everyone was. Initially, we were a bit worried about coming into an established community, rural community that might be a bit hesitant about outsiders or Sydney-siders, but no, everybody has been so friendly, warm and welcoming, and it's felt like home very quickly. So we want to stay forever.
So I'm born and bred in Bathurst. I was in Orange, or went to Orange for university, but then moved back here. I didn't really see a reason why I would need to leave Bathurst. The hospital sort of has all the services and sort of career trajectory that I wanted. My role is the rehab senior here on the rehab ward. A typical day today, I've got a few students on board that I'm supervising from Charles Sturt University. They have their own sort of patient caseload that they're chipping away with and seeing them day to day. This afternoon we've actually got a bit of a balance group running for our patients. That's a station-based group where they go through individual stations, complete different exercises.
Working at a big tertiary hospital, Westmead Hospital, for about 10 years, moving to Bathurst was a really scary big change. I loved working at Westmead Hospital and I wasn't sure what it would be like working at a smaller site, but I was really impressed with the facilities here and all the different areas of physiotherapy that you can still work across. A good emergency department, intensive care unit, paediatrics, outpatients, women's health, being able to see a smaller site, being able to cover a wide range of patient populations was really excellent, and knowing that I wasn't going to be missing out on some of those specialty areas that I love to work in. Definitely noticed that my step count was down significantly working at Bathurst Hospital compared to Westmead, and just really that it's the time that I'm saving, not having to have that long commute. It's just so much easier going here, such a better lifestyle in general. Everything's so much simpler, easier. I get to spend more time with my family, not having to deal with all that other stuff. The workplace has been a lot more flexible too. Our physiotherapy head has been really flexible with myself coming into the role, having a young daughter, being able to go home when she's having issues. So because I came back to work about 6 months after she was born. So being able to, duck home, come back, have a really nice flexible work-life balance has been everything. And I kind of think about how that would have been if I was still working at a big hospital, how much more challenging that would have been. So it's been a really good step for us. Tonight we are going to Jack Duggan's pub for trivia. Last week our trivia team won the jackpot, $1,000. So we're spending our winnings tonight for a big blowout at the pub.
He's a gorgeous little dog. But do you know what the dogs do? They come and visit some of our patients that are in hospital, and they also come and visit some of the staff, and they make our patients and our staff feel happy and calm and less worried about things. So we like having them.
Can I tell you a cool story, Linda?
Yes.
This morning, Ruby said to me, she said, "Mum, you know how I've got an appointment in Orange next week?" And I said, "Yes." And she said, "Do you think we could ask Sophie if we could borrow Sadie?" And I said, "I will have to ask Sadie, and I'll have to ask Sophie, and I'll have to ask the hospital." But what I thought was really good about that was that Ruby could recognise that she needed some help, and she could recognise what it was that would help her for that. So I thought that was really cool.
One of my life philosophies is that little things can make a big difference, and I reckon that really sums up our role as occupational therapists, even allied health, that little things make a big difference, and this is a prime example of that. Proud of the team, proud of the patients, and proud of the four-legged members of our team as well.
I'm Niall. I've been working here about 18 months. I work mainly in the MRI department. I grew up in Bathurst as well, so it was a bit of an easy decision for me to sort of come back after study to work out here. I love and enjoy it. It's great for my family, and I love playing soccer here too. There's quite a lot the town has to offer. And the hospital, I moved up here from the private in town, so I've noticed a big difference between working privately and publicly. This has been a great career move for me, moving up to the hospital into a more senior role in an MRI role. The staff, everyone up here has been really welcoming and great, and Bathurst as a town as a whole has a lot for families as well. I've got a young family.
My name's Lauren. I've lived in Bathurst my whole life as well, but moved away for uni and did various placements in other areas, but moved back to Bathurst about a year ago. I find it's a very nice town, very friendly, very warm. The hospital's really pretty cohesive, very friendly and welcoming as well. A lot of the departments work well together. in the hospital there's a good variety of work as well. We get a lot of outpatients, a lot of more routine stuff, a lot of fracture clinic, but then we also get a few emergency things like major traumas and stroke calls and things like that. So it's a good lot of diversity as well. Keep up your skills and keep you thinking, keep you on the ball. Outside of work, there's a good sporting environment. So there's lots of like soccer, football, netball. I participate in a netball competition, and it's in winter, and then in summer I do social water skiing at one of the dams around the town, and I also do roller skating as well quite regularly. We're quite fortunate to have a little roller class that comes to town once a week.
Hello, my name's Liv. I'm a radiographer and trainee sonographer here at Bathurst. I moved from Wagga to Bathurst about 2 years ago, I'd say, and originally from Sydney, so a big rural change for me. Bathurst has been really beneficial for my career because it has enabled me to do some travel and connect with our wider health district, which was amazing, and I think that given the opportunity I would tell anyone to do it. Socially in Bathurst, I don't know, the gyms in town are quite social. I think as a hospital we actually choose to spend a lot of time together, and we enjoy each other's company outside of work, which I think is very unique to a lot of workplaces. It's a pretty up-and-coming hospital. It's going through a lot of change at the moment, and I think it's only going to get better as the redevelopment starts to happen and the patients receive better care and more up-to-date services and that sort of stuff. We are a little bit more connected to larger centres like Sydney and the Blue Mountains, so I think it's nice that you don't feel too isolated. You're still living the rural lifestyle with nice people and a lower paced lifestyle, but you're still connected, which I think is really important for some people, especially if you do have families and stuff. I think being closer to a more metropolitan centre is important.
My name's Julie D'Souza, and I have lived in Bathurst since 1988 and originally came to teach nursing at Charles Sturt University. I've really enjoyed it. I'm into my 15th year working for community mental health. It's a great place. I work on the acute response team, which is that we deal with all of the referrals that come in from either the GPs, the family members or concerned people in the community, self-referrals, and then we do a quick triage to get a snapshot of what's going on for that person and decide whether we need to bring them in for a full assessment and see what's happening, depending on what their issues are. We also do a lot of home visits to check on people in the community and again assess what their needs are and what's best for them. And it's a great place to work. There's a good mix of old and new, and there's a lot of fun that we have in amongst all the stress of the work. But we have monthly birthday cake, which is very important. We often have monthly lunches together. It's a very good place. It's like any place, it has its bumps, but most of the time we all get on really well. We're very supportive of one another, and it's a great place to work.
Well, my name's Demi Byrne. I'm a clinical nurse specialist in the team. So I started here in 2021 as a new grad. So even though I wasn't in a new grad position, I started here with no experience and was really nurtured by the team. And I think, as Julie said, there's a really good skill mix in the team that allowed me to kind of feel like I was really supported in learning new skills and developing, clinical expertise in the area. During that time, I've done a graduate certificate through University of Tasmania, and at the moment I'm enrolled in a master's via the University of Newcastle, and that's all in psychiatric nursing because this is where I plan to stay. I now have 2 little boys, both engaging in sport and part of the community activities. They both love it here. Yeah, in terms of what else Bathurst has to offer, my husband's also in medical school at Orange, and he really enjoys it, and he's got his clinical rotation here in Bathurst as well, so we're now both working out of the hospital again, which is nice.
I'm Anne Howard. I've worked in various mental health areas across the span of my career, which is over 51 years. Recently I made the move to Bathurst. I am at that point of my career now where I'm thinking about retirement, so I only work 5-day fortnight, so I work 5 days and I have the pleasure of 9 off. I commute. I still live in Orange, but I commute to Bathurst. I think the biggest thing that attracted me to Bathurst Community Mental Health Team was the team spirit, the camaraderie that we have here, how everybody is open and transparent and trusting, and how we all share really willingly the knowledge, as you said. The light gets my eye, sorry. It's a happy environment 90% of the time. We have our stresses, of course, when we come across some of the most difficult scenarios that tug at our moral compass, so to speak. But I think that companionship of one another and the sharing between the team helps us overcome some of that vicarious trauma that a lot of other teams possibly suffer with and don't acknowledge. Yeah, and I plan to end my career here. That's all I have to say.
How lucky are we?
How lucky am I?
I think we're done.
So my name's Jane Thompson and I'm a registered nurse with the Cardiopulmonary Rehab program here at Bathurst Health Service, and this is Tori.
Hi, so I've been working alongside Jane for probably about 2 years now, on and off.
Yeah.
But relatively new to the program myself.
So I've been running this program part-time for the last 15 years with this health service. It has been going a lot longer than that, and it's gone through a number of different phases with staffing levels, locations, and so finally we're out here at the Oka Medical Centre running off-site from the hospital, and the atmosphere, the location, it's beautiful. Ideal. Yeah, ideal for our clientele, people with cardiac issues, lung issues, and we've taken on long COVID. And the goal of our program is to help them self-manage their disease and feel confident to be able to stay at home. And reducing the length of time between admissions as well. So, and there is evidence, strong evidence showing that these programs do prevent readmissions or extend admissions for people. So it's a worthwhile program, and we're big advocates of this program. We enjoy it. We love working with each other. And I'm a Sydney girl and came out to Bathurst, and I love the country lifestyle. I like that it's not so busy. You can get to your appointments really quickly. There's not many traffic lights. It is, it can get really cold, it can get really hot, but you see the seasons change and it's beautiful.
And it is still only, an hour and a half, 2 hours to Sydney. So you're still relatively close by to things.
There's great schools. I've had 2 children go through school here, university, yet they still are so close to Sydney to really have the best of both worlds. Yeah.